order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Since the end of summer, like many other members of this House, I've tabled a series of questions to the Health Secretary on issues that are important to my constituents. Most are now way past the 5 sitting days, and I'm still waiting for a response. A question on the 8th of September about when the Health Secretary has met with families who have lost loved ones during this pandemic. On the 15th of September, about how private sector contracts are letting down people in Luton North who need COVID tests, asking him for data on people trying to get tested in Luton North, asking him to give evidence for the 10 p.m. pub curfew, on targets for this year's flu jabs, on the track and trace app. These are all questions that have been asked in good faith, that I know my constituents are keen to know the answers to. It's our job as MPs to hold this government to account. But getting a straight answer out of the Health Secretary is almost as hard as getting a test at the moment. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, can you please advise how we're supposed to get answers from the Health Secretary to straightforward questions when he won't reply to letters, won't reply to our questions, and when he's in the chamber accuses MPs of using divisive language when we just raise our constituents' concerns?
Yeah. Can I say, this is on the back of what was said yesterday. I am getting very frustrated, and quite rightly, members of Parliament are getting frustrated by very, very late arrival of answers to questions, and sometimes, and in a lot of cases, people are still waiting for them. It is totally unacceptable. We are the representatives of the electorate. We must get this message through to the government department. Your frustration is shared. That's the worst part of this. This is not an isolated case. So what I would say is that there are other ways, maybe to write to the Procedure Committee to explain your frustration, because in the end, it is all members, it's not one particular side, and that's the big issue, that people who we represent want the answers. So I would suggest write to the Procedure Committee. But in the end, the responsibility lies with the Department of Health and Social Care. It's for the Secretary of State to ensure his department is more proactive in the answering of letters. So what I understand that he may have a lot of questions placed to him. In the end, bring the extra staff in, but they must be answered. I will ensure that it's taken up with the Leader of the House again, who I also know is as frustrated as your good self and myself. Right, let us move on.